They're bringing crime.
You are now listening to Liberty Coast to Coast, hosted by LibertyViral.com.
No gimmick, if I rip it through, I live it in. And you can't do it, so ain't no need for mimicking. I'm not innocent, I'm on a mission, so let me finish it. Matter of time before they summon the army in. I'm probably on the FBI's most wanted list. I'm probably gonna end up hung like an ornament. I'm on a life mission to abolish all the government.
Yeah, here we are on Liberty Coast to Coast with Cody and Keith. I'm Keith, and this is our premiere episode. You may have seen me back in the ranks of the 2008 Ron Paul Army. From there, I worked in 2012. 2016, I was a strong arm for Rand Paul, but you know what? When he bowed out after Iowa, I jumped ship and found myself working for Austin Pearson on the LNC convention floor. It was there I met this wonderful gentleman out of California by the name of Cody Fairfield. He's representing the West Coast. Cody, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Thanks, Keith. My name's Cody Fairfield. I come from sunny California, or California, depending on what your take on it is. I tend to believe it leans a little bit to California. But, I supported the Ron Paul campaign both in 2008 and 2012 as well. From there, I followed, just like Keith, into the Rand Paul campaign. I know that kind of makes it sound a little Republican-esque, but I promise you it's not. Always a little L libertarian. Now making that jump into a big L libertarian with the campaign of Austin Peterson. He got us motivated so much that while I was on the LNC floor as a delegate with Keith, we came up with this idea of Liberty Coast to Coast. And I think our main goal here, Keith, is now to change the messaging, to change the way that the LP is presented. Let's talk about our ideas here and what Liberty Coast to Coast is going to be.
All right. So we're there are two types of people in this world. There are people who tend to like Trump and learn from him, and then there are people who wring their hands. Now we're libertarians, but we're also learners. We've always thought the Libertarian Party has had a messaging problem, and that's why we were weary for so long. But we saw people like Austin Pearson kind of bridging the divide, and we realized there is a Liberty audience that is young, it's hip, it's sexy, and they want to have fun. And we want to deliver them a whole bunch of that fun and mischief. And we want to keep our finger on the pulse of the LP because we saw some incredible things going on down in Orlando. We want to keep them moving.
I completely agree. I think that as you hit, the messaging is the big thing for us. Oftentimes, and one of the people we talked to a lot while we were there was this gentleman named Israel Anderson. If you guys don't know about him, Google him, look him up. He was part of the Ron Paul campaign. He's very close to the Pauls. But when we were in the convention floor, he talked about the 20% versus the 80%. And basically what that means is the people who understand philosophy, they can talk about it. They love getting into it. They can get into that nitty gritty, but it tends to be a lot of white paper for them. There's nothing for them to get excited about because it's very, very thought-provoking and it's deep. And then there's the 80% of the nation, and that tends to be the people who are entertained by emotion. They want something that jumps out to them, that pops for them. That's going to be our goal here. As you can tell, if you guys are watching the video podcast, or the video version of the podcast, if you look at Keith's outfit, totally exactly what we're talking about. It's going to explode. You're going to think about it. It's going to make you want to come back to wonder what he's wearing next. But that's our job here. We're not going to be filtered. We're not going to come through with the scripted version of what you think we should, of what we think you should hear. We're going to tell you what we want to say, whether you like it, don't like it, whether you hate it, don't hate it. We're going to say it. And you can ask Keith. We're not afraid to go where we want to go.
No, and it's great. Neither of us are running for office, so we're going to have all the fun we want on air. And, we're going to entertain some wonderful guests. We have today a very, very special guest, founder of Babes for Liberty and Liberty Viral, Liberty Laura. She's going to be on with us after the break. She has some incredible insight and an incredible project, and I can't wait to hear a little bit more when we get back from this commercial.
Yeah, sounds great to me. We'll be back.
Some may ask Feldman, is he that libertarian? I am that libertarian. I'm that be what you want to be libertarian, that you look good on TV libertarian, that Muslim libertarian, that Jew libertarian, that Christian, atheist, Hindu libertarian, that Rothbard libertarian, that Jefferson libertarian. You know I'm not messing libertarian.
All right, guys, welcome back to Liberty Coast to Coast with Keith and Cody. We're sitting here with Laura, or Liberty Laura, from LibertyViral.com. How's it going, Laura?
What's up?
So we brought her on here today to talk about a couple things. Babes for Liberty has taken off in the past couple days. If nobody's seen that, it is the what would you call it? It's the response to
the anti-Babes for Trump campaign that is hotter and smarter.
That's what Keith's been telling me. He's loved the fact that it's been hotter and smarter.
It's true. I mean, and Liberty Laura is basically patient zero, are you not?
I mean, I don't want to take all the credit. There are some pretty like hot babes on there.
Well, tell us about it. Let's talk about how that got started.
Yeah. So ever since Austin Peterson's presidential campaign ended, he turned over an already created website, Liberty Viral, for me to be the editor-in-chief of. So I've just been kind of, blogging, recruiting writers for that, putting stuff out. We wrote a story earlier this week because Babes for Trump is a campaign. I don't know where it sprouted from the Trump campaign, but they have a Twitter and an Instagram, and it's basically they're just these really freaking hot girls that post pictures of themselves and Trump attire, or I don't know who makes this stuff, but they're like Trump thongs. They're huge. They're beautiful.
Wait, Trump thongs?
Yeah. So they have a campaign, and they started a hashtag on last Sunday. It was hashtag Break the Internet. They wanted to break the internet with all their hot girls, and they did, and it went viral. And so I looked at that, and I thought it was just too easy to compete with, because we have a bunch of beautiful girls in the Liberty movement, and I posted something in a support group, and I said, I'm not going to go down without a fight. So we made a Babes for Liberty Instagram page and Twitter page, and all of a sudden I just started my inboxes. I was like the luckiest girl in the entire Liberty movement. I was getting all these hot pictures submitted to me from women in the Liberty movement, and we just posted them up, and we have over 1,000 followers now. I think we're nearing 1,500 Twitter followers. And this is just in 5 days. So,
That's incredible.
yeah, and we've had interactions on Twitter with Babes for Trump. They are trolls. We deployed the troops, and the trolls pissed Babes for Trump off. So, and we've had some big hitters in the Liberty movement on there. We've had like Zuri Davis submit a picture. Now I've also started Hunks for Liberty in the name of equality. We've got Caleb Bonham on there. He's pretty popular Liberty Mediaite. I'm going to go to our Instagram page. Yeah, our Instagram page right now has that's our Twitter.
I have a
Hunks for
question.
Liberty.
Can we get Keith? Can we get Keith on Hunks for Liberty? Because I think, I don't know if you've seen his Donald Trump outfit, but it's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
let's
that
do
would be
it.
something, but I don't know if I'm as dreamy as, say, Joe Trotter, who we had on last time.
Joe Trotter's a babe as well. I'm trying to get his
He's a
girlfriend to
man
submit. Yeah, so our Instagram page has 1,100 followers now too, and I mean we're getting like serious submissions. We're not playing around. They are equally as hot to the Babes for Trump. So it's been fun, and it's not just. It's more surface. It's more than just a surface level of beautiful women. It's it is a pretty ploy to get people to think about the differences between Trump and true small proponents of small government. And so when you put a pretty face on a smart package, it's more appealing.
That's
Very cool.
definitely.
So do you have like girls holding up like a copy of Bastiat's The Law, and then you got the Trump girl holding up like a brick that's gonna be a part of some wall?
So we
Does it
actually
compare or something?
yeah.
That's
God.
cool.
And it's funny because I thought when I went into this, I thought that the most basic level thinking, the hottest pictures would get the most likes, but people are actually kind of digging it when we put up more of a message behind it. We have a picture of a woman that writes for Liberty Viral, actually, Jennifer, and I'm going to dice her last name. It's like Giorgi. It's like a lot of I's and a couple G's. I'm sorry, I think it's Italian. She submitted a picture. It's got 102 likes, and it's just like this beautiful picture. It's like the steam on the window before she took a shower, and she wrote taxes theft in the steam. And so you can like, she's definitely not wearing clothes, so you can like kind of see the outline of her naked body, but it's like taxes theft in the mirror. So sort of substantive things like that are catching a lot of fire. We have a beautiful picture of a woman from Austin Peterson's campaign, Rebecca Fiedler. she's like wearing flowers in a garden, and it's captioned, "I'm already against the next war."
Well, you said that you guys had
So,
had an interaction with the Trump people in general, right? The Trumps for Babes. You said that they had started
yeah.
trolling you guys back. What was that about? Did they actually get angry? I mean, I'm sure they can't form too many words, but what were the words that they did form, and were they able to?
So I didn't want to be catty about this. Like, that's not my game. I don't have time for
Keith
like.
will do it.
Yeah,
What?
I have all kinds of time.
No. I'm saying personally, I don't have time just for stupid drama, especially like why would I waste my time with Trump people? But I tweeted from my personal account that at Babes for Liberty are better than at Babes for Trump, and she responded. And I saw these girls, the moderators, the ones that formed the group. I saw them on Fox News, so I know who they are, and they're beautiful girls. I didn't want to be catty with them. It's just I think that they're too beautiful for Donald Trump and fascism. So, but they tweeted back, they quoted my tweet, and they said, LOL. And I was like, all right, this is going down. So I took a picture of it.
Wait. So they didn't even form a word?
No.
Just to clarify, they didn't even form a word.
What's funny is that I think at least 3 times, and we have screenshots, they had grammatical errors in their response tweets. And our people were like, you can't even spell. And there was an article, or there's been several articles that have come out and said, Trump people statistically are worse spellers than non-Trump supporters.
Did
so
you tag them in that tweet?
Say what?
You should have tagged them in that tweet.
No, it was tweeted at them by our trolls. Yeah, it got a little heated online, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter because it was more publicity. I mean, Babes for Trump has, I think, 12,000 followers. I'm gonna go to their profile right now, and any publicity is good publicity, right? So.
Absolutely. Well,
okay, I'm sorry. They have 20,000 followers, and so this Babes for Trump account was just tweeting at us, and all their followers were coming to Babes for Liberty and liking our stuff and retweeting our tweets and.
Oh, maybe we caught some fish in the net.
Free advertisement, yeah, and that was the whole point. That was the entire point of all of this. So,
well, I know you're talking about advertisement, Keith. I don't know if you saw this, but Reason actually put out an article about Babes for Liberty.
Yeah, and heck, I'd be surprised if she's not in the lineup right now. But it's definitely getting some traction. Oh wait, you say Reza or Reason?
Reason.
Oh, Reason's good too. Sorry, I got confused with one of our really good writers for Liberty Viral and the Libertarian Republic.
You're talking Rezeth.
Yeah.
No, it's Reseth. That's how you
Reseth.
pronounce her name. She's my moderator for the accounts, and then Risa Willis is one of our babes. So.
Our apologies, Rezeth. We apologize for the mispronunciation of the name. But yeah, that's a ton of traction for somebody from Reason to jump on there and feel like they need to talk about it.
And not even that, but we've actually now partnered with a PAC. Liberty Ladies PAC made a T-shirt with Babes for Liberty branding on it, and they're selling it now. And so what Liberty Ladies PAC does is they raise money and they give money to down-ballot libertarian candidates. So we've actually, I feel very like I have a maternal instinct about the girls that submit pictures, or really anyone, any girls in the Liberty movement. We've gotten a lot of, there's been slut shaming as a result of this, and claiming that people are objectifying us even though we're voluntarily submitting these pictures of ourselves.
Good old social justice warriors.
Within the LP, and what's sad about it is that's not even it at all. I mean, when we're partnering with PACs to help raise money for down-ballot libertarian candidates, and people are being drawn to the movement because we're putting a pretty face on it, you want to keep losing, or do you want to start winning? I mean, these women are voluntarily submitting beautiful pictures of themselves, and we're making your movement look good, so put up or shut up.
I'm not complaining, and I don't think Keith's complaining.
No.
Why are you complaining?
This Puritan streak in the LP. Like, I don't understand where it comes from. I don't know if James Weeks made everyone uncomfortable and now they just can't handle scantily clad bodies. I mean, personally, I'm looking forward to Lily Tang in a two-piece. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, if it wins her the Senate seat, it wins her the Senate seat, right?
Oh, I mean, they'll be winning on so many levels there.
Yes, absolutely.
Hashtag winning.
Right. So what
You
has
know,
it done for Liberty Viral though? What has that Babes for Liberty done for Liberty Viral?
Yeah, so I mean, we did 2 follow-up pieces. It's sort of I have like a strategic, point of advantage when I am the editor-in-chief of a website. So as I am establishing Babes for Liberty, I can write an article. Oh, hey, look, Babes for Liberty challenge Babe for Trump, Babes for Trump campaign, and then the story goes viral. And so I can help myself by doing this. And so those 2 pieces, we did a follow-up piece also after the Twitter war started. Those were our most popular pieces last week. And
so wait a minute. You said you're the editor-in-chief of Liberty Viral. What exactly is Liberty Viral? Because it kind of sounds like a BuzzFeed
yeah,
kind of thing. But I mean, hasn't that already been done?
BuzzFeed of libertarianism.
I don't know. Has it been done, or
I mean,
are
there
you
are
guys
other
the pioneers?
There is another website that is actually called Liberty Buzz. I know a girl in the movement who either started it or is one of the main administrators there, and they put out great stuff too. I just say there can't be, you can never have too many libertarian media outlets. But so yeah, it's just the lighter side, the funnier side, the dank, mean live stream younger, modern, funny version of the Libertarian Republic, which is like our sister publication. So the Libertarian Republic will put out analytical pieces, very in-depth, policy positions, sort of the meaty part, the really like, policy-based stuff, white paper stuff, and then Liberty Viral's like, look at this video that someone made of Hillary Clinton smoking out of a bong.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't they break the story about Gary Johnson's missing eyebrows? That was a crisis, if I remember.
Yeah, we started a Liberty Onion branch of our website, and Jennifer, the woman who did the picture before the shower with the steam, she actually wrote that story, and she submitted the story idea to me, and I said, this is hysterical. And now we have all these people who are like, I can't see Gary Johnson any differently now. Now that I know he doesn't have eyebrows, that's all I see when I look at him.
Is there a way we can use that pack that you guys have started with Babes for Liberty in order to fund Gary in getting some new eyebrows? Is that something we can do?
Well, it's not my pack, so you'd have to ask the Liberty ladies and the Rand
Fair
girls.
point.
But,
Remind me to do that, Keith. We should contact them, and we can get a response from the Johnson campaign to see if they'd be willing to allow Gary to receive money for eyebrows.
Well, maybe we can have people submit eyebrows, and we'll mail them to him, and we'll see what he likes.
Yeah, we'll publish Gary Johnson's campaign, post address and have people mail in eyebrows.
Pin the eyebrows on the Johnson.
Oh, anyone got one of those Johnson masks? We could have fun.
Yeah. Hang on, from the convention, didn't you have like 9 of those running around? You were building your own pyramid of Johnson?
I did, but at the house party afterwards, they kind of got spread around, and I didn't end up going home with a single one of them. Though I don't think they would have made it through airport security, to be honest. That shit was just way too creepy.
Yeah,
They were fine until you punched the eyes out, but then he looked just as soulless as he does in person, and I couldn't handle it.
Well, maybe that's another, transitioning back to Liberty Viral, maybe that's something that you guys can start too, is like a pin the eyebrows on the Johnson and just have like a Twitter campaign of people photoshopping different eyebrows onto Gary and then picking the best one or starting a hashtag. There's another idea.
At the very least, a Kickstarter for a children's backyard game.
Yeah.
We just have to be careful about how much we hate on the LP candidate. I mean...
Oh, we're not hating. We're trying to help him. We're concerned. That upper brow is going to get sweaty, and the sweat is going to drip directly into his eyes, causing him to
Especially
win.
when he climbs mountains.
Yeah.
Bro.
I mean, that's too funny. So what else? What are your eventual goals with Liberty Viral? What's the end goal here? What's the purpose?
I mean, to go viral. So, I mean,
like their end game.
End game. I don't know that there really is a definitive end game. I mean, the goal of any political outlet is, especially one that's partisan, is to have, gain new followers and change hearts and minds. But I want to be a voice for young people, and I want to not water down liberty, but make the message of liberty more appealing to millennials and, independence and things like that with a comical, pretty, babylicious cover to it. because when you package things nicely and put a pretty bow on top, people are more likely to pay attention to you rather than, our sister publication, the Libertarian Republic, gets into the weeds of policy positions, and that sort of publication is for people that are already in the movement. That's not going to bring new people in unless you're, some crazy academic and super humble and open-minded. So, I mean, my dog wants in the room, sorry. In-game would just be sort of abstract, just to bring more people in, more people to the movement, and help the young people of the liberty movement rise through the ranks.
So it's to grow the liberty movement itself, to grow the idea of liberty within other people who may not be able to connect with the philosophical part of it.
Yeah, through memes.
I think that's brilliant. What do you think, Keith?
Oh, it sounds fantastic. I mean, what she's speaking about is a lot like what we're doing here with Liberty Coast to Coast and trying to package things so that you got the 20% analytical that's kind of been the bread and the butter of the LP, but then there's this 80% emotional that's reacting really well to Trump. If we can I don't want to say we need to copy the Trump campaign, but at the very least, we have to learn from them. And it looks like Liberty Viral and Babes for Trump is the best of all of that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you copy the Trump campaign. You copy the entire game plan. Seriously. Obviously not the policy, but every single bit of what Trump has done, you copy that, besides the populist, fascist shit. And Austin said that during his campaign, too, and he did a very good job of it. If you can appeal to the simple, emotional part of people's brains, and then once you're there, once you infiltrate the ranks, then you can flank and you can show them like what small government looks like. And they're like, oh yeah, well, now that this feels good, it also, sounds good.
Yeah, so that idea is to kind of change the packaging around the meat of what they're learning.
Yeah.
And where Austin was saying to his supporters during the primary race, read Saul Alinsky. Learn the tactics. I think we have to do the same thing and read Art of the Deal. Art of the Deal is fantastic. Whether or not you like him as a candidate, it's a great guide to marketing and packaging a message.
Yeah. I read Rules for Radicals. I have my freshman year of college, and then with Solinsky, and then I read Sun Tzu the same year. And I think those two tactics together, I mean, you have to understand your enemy, and you have to community organize, and you have to put a nice pretty bow and messaging on it. Because once you understand, and I came from the right too, so I was I was like this perfect, just ideal blonde Republican from Kansas who anything that Mitt Romney said, I was like, yes, you are right, and the GOP does a worse job than the Democrats, but the GOP does a hell of a better job than the Libertarian Party at branding, making swag. College Republicans, national the CRNC, they have, they're pretty organized and well put together. And so once my philosophy was in check, came to the Libertarian Party and sort of had been spoiled with that in the GOP. Sort of had been spoiled with the organization and the branding and everything being so beautiful and packaged nicely all the time. And then I came to the LP and I was like, what the hell is going on? Why does no one want to be pretty? Nobody wants to look good. Everybody's so concerned about who's the realest libertarian in the room. I'm more libertarian than you. This is why we're losing. And it's such a simple and easy fix that I'm just fighting tooth and nail to get that through people's heads. I'm just a kid, so what do I know? But
well, yeah, I definitely hope that not only libertyviral.com, but also that Liberty Coast to Coast can be a different part of that messaging package. I think that there's a big opportunity to change the Libertarian Party, not just from within, but actually the view that's taken from the outside. But bringing it all back together, how do we find libertyviral.com? How do we find Babes for Trump? Or Babes for, nobody wants to find that one. We want to find the Babes for Liberty.
No, I mean, the Babes for Trump are hot, so you can find them, but, I mean, just don't take them very seriously. Yeah, so Babes for Liberty is at Babes of Liberty. Same handle for Twitter and Instagram. And then if you just type the words libertyviral.com into your URL bar and hit enter, that's how you get to libertyviral.com.
That seems pretty easy.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah, we thought it was simple.
All right. Well, thanks, Laura, for being here, and we'll be right back with Liberty Coast to Coast.
That Gary Johnson, New Mexico success libertarian. That Austin Peterson, freedom ninja in your face libertarian.
And welcome back to Liberty Coast to Coast with Keith and Cody. We want to thank everybody for joining us in our first episode here today. Special thanks to Liberty Laura from Babesforliberty and LibertyViral.com.
If you like what you heard here, go check out Liberty Coast to Coast. That's two, as in the two of us, Keith and Cody, at LibertyCoastToCoast.com. If you like what you heard, you want to join our mission, make Liberty viral, damn it, and have fun doing it. Signing off, just remember, we will always be more humble than you.
Thanks for listening, guys.